heavy side here on I-64 and I-71 this morning. From the Oxmoor Auto Group Traffic Center, I'm Mike Marshall with Beat the Traffic.
Mike, thank you. We're getting you ready for the Easter holiday with Janine Washle from Cloverfield's Farm and Kitchen. She's here to show us a Greek-inspired Easter menu and a really fun way to present your dessert.
Absolutely. Okay. Part of an Easter menu, you have to have your Greek bread, your tzatziki bread that's just eaten with the meal, and leg of lamb. That's where that Greeks, it's the be all and end all for a Greek Easter. And we might, what I've done with this Greek menu, I've given it a Southern spin. So they're Greek ingredients.
I was going to say, I didn't know butter beans were Greek. That's more of my childhood right there, but that looks really good. But you mix it
Instead of fava beans, I used butter beans. And this is a wonderful way to make them taste springy. Use half water, half lemon juice, and it just gives this wonderful light freshness to your butter beans. The Greeks would have used a fava bean, and I did use a butter bean with artichokes. Yes, and so we'll start with an appetizer. Typically, you'll have in a southern Easter, you'll have pickles and that sort of thing. With this, we have Greek olives, pepperoncinis, and you have dolmas, which are the grape leaves that have the rice mixture in, but not this time. I put potato salad in there, so it's a lemon. It's a lemon vinaigrette potato salad inside of there, and so that would be our appetizer. And then our main star is our leg of lamb. We would eat maybe a honey baked ham, and this is a honey glazed lamb stuffed with collards and onions and oregano and roasted garlic. Have to have the garlic in there. This is Spanakopita, but I've lightened it up. Instead of it having an egg custard, I have eggs in here, and then instead of there being like probably 24 layers of phyllo,
it's usually
exactly, I fried the phyllo in olive oil and then just crumbled it, so I didn't have to do that time-consuming bit of layering and buttering and all of that. And then these are citrus roasted new potatoes. So these are our sides, super simple but very special, lightened up, so we don't have the heavy tastes of winter anymore.
Now we're going to make a daffodil for dessert. And these, tell me first of all how you started with this. What is the base of it?
It's phyllo. Now I did layer the phyllo. I did 3 layers, and then I cut it lengthwise into thirds, and then I cut those strips in half, and I lined a popover pan because I wanted it to have some height so that it would look like a daffodil. But it could just as easily be done in a muffin tin as I've demonstrated here.
Okay, where it kind of spills over the edge here, and that gives you the fold of a flower.
You got it. Exactly. And then I filled, I had some ricotta cream, and I filled the centers with ricotta cream. But what's interesting is the traditional orange custard that the Greeks would use semolina to thicken it and tighten it up. Well, semolina, I didn't really know what it was. I've heard of it. Well, it's the endosperm, that very center of a wheat grain. But then it went on to say there's rice semolina and there's also corn semolina. And in the United States, corn semolina is known as grits. So that's where the light bulb went off in there. So these are grits, orange custards.
Interesting.
So now we're going to make a collar, so we give that final touch.
Make it look like a buttercup.
And I've used 2 things. Very inexpensive coffee filters and yellow food coloring. And so I made a bowl full of yellow food coloring, and then I dipped it like this.
And
let
then
it
the color
dry
just
overnight.
Kind of bleeds down.
Exactly.
Then you
folded it into fourths like that. And then on this one, I just cut a petal shape like
I'm
this.
going to cut while you demonstrate what it's supposed to look like. So I'm just going to go up and down here with a petal.
Exactly. So I just kind of followed the folds of the filter. And then what happened was I cut it in half right here and cut the center out of it like this. So I did that. And then after I cut the center out of it, I just took double stick tape, which is my friend. I love double stick tape. And then I double stuck all of these together so that these edges weren't flopping around. Took another piece of double stick tape and joined it right here, and then put it around my daffodil. And then if you do it with the cupcake tin, you don't even have to cut it. You just have to take the center out of it.
I see.
See? And then it's just totally easy like that, and you've got this pretty little flower. You could do these with all kinds of colors and just have a pastel table and just have a table full of flowers. And it's fun for children. You can use your leftover Easter egg dyes.
What did you put in the center?
That is the orange grits cream, and then a ricotta cream in the center, and then I just sprinkled a little bit of yellow sugar on top of that.
All right, well that's very pretty, and it smells delicious. Of course, Janine will share all these ideas in a pamphlet. What you do is you go to WDRB.com, to our morning page. We have a link there to Janine's information at Cloverfield's Farm and Kitchen. And you email her, she sends you back a whole pamphlet full of recipes and ideas for your Easter or Passover meal. Janine, thank you very much.
You're welcome.